Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Giants going up against the Cowboys.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. Set to return, here's Raheem Mostert. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Play clock winding down. Now it's Rodgers. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. A look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Rodgers to throw on second down. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Could be four-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Coleman. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And that'll bring up second down. Now Rodgers throwing again. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
Rodgers now to throw, and he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. For this now, play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's third and long. Here's Rodgers to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up fourth down. And Lambeau will put this one through, And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Now the rookie from Oklahoma, it's Joe Mixon. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Stephen Paya in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Jake Shum to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Nelson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
319!
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big play here for the Cowboys. 42 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
They come out here in the eye. It's Coleman here. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And Lambeau will put this one through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So that scores now in their first 2 possessions, but it's 6-0. Probably not the kind of scores they were hoping for.
No, not at all, but I think that they've shown that they can have some success against this defense. So they'll go back to the sideline knowing the points are going to be there for the taking.
And he is going to be brought down at the 3-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Buying time to his left. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 59 yards on the ground. Here's a run with Mixon. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. They had a long way to go. They started that drive at their own 3, and they score 3 from it.
What an excellent job by an offense that could have very easily just said, okay, let's just take a few plays safe, punt the ball away, and play some defense. Instead, they found a way to attack and put themselves in position to put points on the board.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point kicker. Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back near the 34-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Olivier Vernon able to use that strength and get him for a loss of 2. Rodgers now looking to throw on second down. Over the middle, complete. It's Nelson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And it's caught. Kobe Fleener. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. Rodgers going to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tevin Coleman from 17 yards out. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Completes it to Lee. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Forced out to his left. Caught left side by Funchess. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Hurry up, let's go.
They go play action here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, this is caught inside the 15. Give him 30 yards there. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Broken tackle. Still on his feet. 7 yards on the play. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And it'll make it 2nd down. The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Marquise Lee as time expires in the first half. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They show great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Again, it's Mixon. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Roethlisberger will throw. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger. And Rudolph has it left side. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Tyus Bowser in there to bring him down, and it'll be a play to remember for that young man. The first sack of his NFL career. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, Let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense,
got the lead. Yeah.
we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They will run again with Coleman. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. On third and long, it's Rodgers.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Now it's Peterson. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. And the Giants ready to come out now. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 19. Here's Roethlisberger.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Jacob Shum now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Take it at the 37. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now here come the Cowboys. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13.
Over here. Back.
shotgun now for Rodgers. And he slings one that's incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Drops it off for Coleman. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something. And look out! I think he's going to go! And all the way in! Touchdown, New York! A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. Gold to add the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. Gold now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's got room. Say goodbye to Braxton Miller. 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Braxton Miller, 104 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. A big-time special teams play here in the 4th quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out come the Giants. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But that certainly felt like an example of the defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game. They want to keep it going.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Now it's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. Gonna throw right side here. Complete. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. the collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Throw left side complete. It's Lee. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Give him 7 on the play. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be third down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Giants on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
Going underneath, it's Coleman. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now it's Rodgers to the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
And he's got Miller. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Rodgers throwing here. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now Rodgers. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, third and long, thought he needed the deep pass, couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Brandon, looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now Roethlisberger to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Again with a juke. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to them right away because they have the matchup advantage.
A good pickup there of 22. First down now, but that clock rolling.
They had 2 tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up first down, too.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Now Ben on 3rd and long. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's brought down after a good gain. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Giants coming up on 1st and goal. Remember, they had only 6 rushing touchdowns all of last year, fewest in the league. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. One last shot for Roethlisberger. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Won't be enough, but here's a final chance at the extra point. And he missed it. It wouldn't have mattered. They were going to lose either way, but the game ends strangely on a missed PAT. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Dallas, they start the campaign with a victory in front of an enthusiastic home crowd for a Sunday night. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.